Welcome to my Workforce Mobility within United States on my assignment. I'm going to be focusing on the transfer and what is required for HR professionals to manage and provide and understand what these transfers are needed when it comes to visas and many different factors, the overall stays, initial stays, and what type of financial options they have to go through and also what is complemented and also compensated with their stays. Starting off with US, work visa and work permit. Are they different? So as we know, work and visa permits required for an intercompany transfer of an employee and spouse/partner of a Canadian multinational enterprise to the United States of America is what we are going to be focusing on today and all the factors. Starting off with the specific United States and visa costs that they have. So we have many different types of visas that they cover, and starting off we have TN, and it is ideal for Canadian professionals, and many of the costs reside from $50 border fees and no petition fees, and then it goes further into the aspects of optional legal slash other costs, including $1,000 to $3,000 legal plus travel, and additionally, when it comes to employee payments and overall what is required from them, it is optional on that side for that visa type. Now, moving on towards the different types of visa types, we have L1, which is an intra-company transfer manager slash specialized ideal. And honestly, this is the main one that we are going to be seeking mainly for visa types and overall transfers with the United States, typically because of the more common and overall processing costs throughout the numbers of employees that we may have and overall throughout the transfers. So including US processing costs, we have $1,385 plus $500 in fraud fees. And overall, when it comes to smaller and larger companies, the financial processing costs may be different and it can include all the way up to $4,500 for larger companies. Additionally, optional legal slash other costs can consist of $4,000 to $5,000 with this type of visa type throughout the training and overall transfer costs to this international assignment, and overall employer payment would be required. Going into the other type of visa type is H-1B1, and it is a specialty occupation and has many different types of US processing cost and $780 coming through 750, 1,500, and this is all optional, but there's many different types of legal proceedings and costs and petition fees that come through. Additionally, going on, we have employee visa fees with 205 and legal fees proceeding up to 2,000, and employer payment would be required throughout this payment and transfer. Now, travel documents are required. So everything and with all the factors in mind, Canadians are required to bring a valid Canadian passport and must be valid throughout the stay. Job offer letters are required to be provided throughout TN, L1, and H1B1 visa, and the notes specifically would be the detail roles, salary, and duration of the period of how long they are doing their transfer stay. And proof of qualifications would also be required, USCIS petition approval, and specifically L1 and H1B1 visas, DS-160 and visa stamps, and also additionally support letters from companies. So this could typically be past prior experience. Time limit for each type of visa within the work in the country of United States and what are initial stays, maximum stays, and the renewal processes that go on. Now, the time limits throughout TN would be 3 years for our initial stay and a maximum stay of unlimited. And basically, it can be renewed for a 3 year increment period. Going on to an L1A, this is a specific visa period with initial stay of 1 to 3 years and a maximum stay of 7 years total. Now, yes, this can be renewed too. L1B1, 3 years initial stay, 5 years total maximum stay, and additionally, yes, this one can be renewed. H1B1, 3 years to 6 years, and it can be renewed. And finally, B1, which would be up to 6 months and 1 year max, which is more of a maybe process not confirmed just because of the short-term process that they have for that time limit to work in the United States. And all of these type of visas are really important just because of the fact that all of them have different types of possible factors and kind of benefits for a company. just because of all the different types of processing costs that comes with each of them, and specifically what is the best path for a company to pick, and specifically, as mentioned in other slides, the transferred interpersonal one involving L1 and LB, and additionally TN would be the typical routes that would be taken. Now, going into sponsoring a spouse or common law partner, and can a spouse slash partner slash common law and also additionally same-sex partner work in the same company? Now, and also additionally same place. Now, when it comes to TN and Trade NAFTA TD, no, they cannot because spouse slash partners can live and study in the US but not work, must apply for separate types of visa studies to work. Now, L1 involves the intercompany transfer that I was talking about, L2, and yes, spouses slash partners can work with them and automatically eligible to work in the US. No separate work permit required as of last reported in 2022. Going on specifically to H1B1 and that visa type, and the spouse H4, sometimes depending on the case of what is going on and the specific qualifications that can happen and the factors, it is varied and can apply for a work permit EAD only if the H1B1 holder is in the green card process as mentioned too. B1, B2 visitors, B2 no, and there's many different types of factors, but there is tourism involved. F1 student, typically spouses have to be on separate types of visa plans and also permits and all of that type of stuff. Now, going on, are there any implications for spouse slash partners who are in common law or same-sex relationships? And now here, as we are looking at my current heat map that we have, it shows a list of same-sex marriage, domestic partnerships, civil unions, common law marriage, and no legislation on same-sex marriages within the United States. And as we can see within all of this type of graphing and within this map, it shows that United States is kind of known for more of an equality state and is open to a lot of types of that type of like same-sex laws, common laws, all of that type. They are more known to be open in a lot of the regions and states. And as we can see, when it comes to no legislation on same-sex marriages within this heat map, we do not see many options within, and it is known to kind of promote that equality within their country, and typically it is a safe haven in that space. But there is a lot of commotion going on recently with a lot of factors involving the governmency and their kind of stance on what's going on. But that goes in deep into a different topic. But it also has factors and aspects towards all of the transfer system, because when it comes to transfers, not only do we have to focus on these type of specific equality factors for these types of people within these groups, but additionally we have to factor what is going on within the country and potential discrimination against groups that we do not want to be having that type of discrimination while we are transferring them towards different destinations. And in this case, it is United States. Moving forward with the limitations or issues for working in the country, ratios, quotas, and skill requirements, United States is known for very high qualifications within many different types of industries, departments, and companies. And as we know, there are a very broad, deep list concluding with educational factors of minimum college degrees, potential bachelor degrees to enter in type of work, and also many types of languages are additionally required because United States first language is additionally English, so many of those types of factors and processes have to be gone through. But additionally, United States is a very highly qualifying area and it is not that so easy to enter. And we have shown a map right here that shows the spread of males to females and the ratios that have been going on. And additionally, we've noticed a lot of skill requirements and work job provided for different types of groups, including males and females, and additionally the equality that's been risen towards their market of jobs and what's been provided based off of the previous past. But additionally, limitations are definitely not that bad in the United States and they provide quality. Here are my references for my slides, and that comes to the end of my slideshow. I appreciate you for listening, and I hope this lets you understand the different types of visas and systems that are required for United States.